Hey everyone, we're back with the Bullberry Show, and this time there's a twist. While I'm preparing something big for beginning of next year, I've decided to make a winter special. For this, I'll pick one casual, family-friendly game to see how a grown-up can beat kids at it. For the first of its kind, I've decided to pick Fall Guys. Before we proceed, the scoring system will be a bit different from usual. There won't be any numbers or in-depth analysis of whether it's worth playing. I've spent 10 hours in the game, and the result will simply be yay or nay. No scoring, nothing fancy like that. Now, let's jump into the game. Fall Guys was developed by Mediatonic and initially released in 2020 for PC and PlayStation 4. The game quickly gained popularity due to its unique blend of chaotic obstacle courses and colorful, family-friendly aesthetics. In 2021, Epic Games acquired Mediatonic, transitioning the game to a free-to-play model in June 2022. This change also brought the game exclusively to the Epic Games Store for PC, along with cross-platform play and regular updates featuring new levels, modes, and seasonal events. And so, yeah, first things first, Epic Games Store. Back in the days, I promised not to discriminate against it, but I know some of you out there have strong opinions about this shop. For me, it's fine. I'm already dealing with some Epic-related stuff due to Unreal Engine, so it's no different from what I've experienced before. Apart from that, for installation, nothing special is needed. It installs some anti-cheat software, and you're good to go. The game is free to play, which is another plus. What's good about this is that no real content is hidden behind a paywall. What's not so good, but again, foreseeable for the free-to-play game, all the cool cosmetics are locked behind the seasonal pass or real money purchases. There are some in-game coins which you can spend on some cosmetics, but good God, the in-game shop feels clunky. Kudos to the devs. They've hidden in-game purchases behind real money transactions so well that I had to Google in order to figure out what I could actually buy. Finally, and I really mean finally for the technical side, the game takes up a small amount of space, about 5 gigabytes, and hardware requirements aren't an issue. My very modest laptop handled it just fine. No stuttering, no lag, nothing. All good. Now, let's get to the game itself. First of all, it's a very casual game, and everything is kind of self-explanatory. The menu provides separate game modes, but they're all fairly similar. Each mode has straightforward objectives, and you don't need any prior experience to jump right in. In fact, there's no tutorial at all, but it's not needed. Some knowledge of the maps can help you improve and finish in the top spots, but that is mainly useful for sweaty players who want to be first. Personally, I've always been bad at arcade and platformer games, but this one was surprisingly easy for me. If you've played old-school platformers, especially on classic consoles like Nintendo or Sega, this will be a piece of cake. Plus, when you finish a round and spectate other players, you'll notice that some are really, really bad. I mean, it's likely a lot of kids learning to control the characters and figure out the basics of gaming, but still, it doesn't make the game harder. One good thing is that during my 10 hours of playtime, I didn't encounter the same maps repeatedly, so it seems there's a lot of content to explore. While the gameplay itself is somewhat repetitive, you jump, run, avoid obstacles, and try not to fall. The levels are well designed and visually appealing. The graphics are vibrant, the colors are lively, and the game has some relaxing and positive vibes. The sound design is also top-notch. The music reminded me of The Sims 1 and fits perfectly with the overall wackiness. However, I have to speak a bit about custom levels. In general, it's a good way to keep the game alive. Dev-related ones have great graphics, solid assets, and well-matched colors, clearly showing a lot of effort. Custom ones can be like that too, but some definitely feel rushed, with less appealing visuals or tedious mechanics, so they are be hit or miss. Still, it's worth running through a few of them to see for yourself. Speaking about the community, there are a lot of players in this game and the queue times are kind of non-existent. You gotta spend a minute or maybe 2 to get into the play, which means that the overall population is healthy. At the same time, you can't connect or talk to other players, but taking into account that presumably a lot of kids play this game, that's for the good, to be honest. When it comes to progression, as I mentioned earlier, the only thing that you can climb through is a seasonal pass. You can earn some free rewards, which are not so numerous, or pay for premium ones as intended. Aside from that, there's not much progression to speak of. You start a session, run through the obstacles, try to finish in the top half, and do it all over again. After 3 or 4 rounds, the last one requires you to be the first to win. There's no deeper progression system like in other games except for some kind of account-wide ladder, but it gives only titles, coloring, and some very basic cosmetics. That also means that there's no grind wall or competitive pressure in the game, since there's nowhere to compete except for the match itself. However, this raises questions about the game's replayability and longevity. If there's nothing to achieve, at some point, you'll have seen all the levels, memorized them, and the game will start to feel repetitive. Whether that happens after 20 hours, 40 hours, or 100 hours, no idea, but eventually there's little left to do beyond spending money on cosmetics or beating more kids. However, I was not there. And well, I like the game. It's wacky and fun. You can easily spend an evening or two playing, and it's a great option to get your family or friends involved, since it also supports party play. My verdict for this game? It's a yay. That's pretty much it. I'd like to wish you a wonderful holiday season. Take some time to rest, have fun, and enjoy some quality family time if that's your thing. I'll see you in 2025. As I mentioned, I'm working on a big video for January or February, so stay tuned. Be sure to hit subscribe to not miss the next episode. Cheers!
I can't do nothing with you.